Hey guys, so another package from Amazon. So this one I'm pretty sure it's my new memory for my computer. So I just built a new PC and it's okay. It's probably like a second tier PC as of today or a third tier PC. You'll see the specs later. And so I had 32 gigabytes of RAM, which is ending up being barely enough for what I'm doing. All right. So basically, I was going to get a little bit more, but I actually got a lot more because I'm going to start running some artificial intelligence AI models on it with ChatGPT and all that other stuff. So for that, we need a lot more memory. Now, I am going to build a new PC just for that, okay? But for now, until I can build that new PC, I want to use my current PC, which is fairly good enough to run, certain models. It's not going to be amazing. It's not going to be a beast, but I can get started. And that's really all I want, to get started right now. And then I can transfer it over to the new machine when I actually, get the funds and get the time to build a new one. So for this though, I'm adding 64 gigabytes to my current 32. So I'm going to get 96 total. So with that, I can pretty much have as many browser windows open as I want, which I have 300, maybe even 400 open at a time. I got a ton of YouTube videos open, which actually take a lot of memory. And then I use, Photoshop and Premiere and all those other programs, which are memory hogs. So 32 is getting used up much faster than I predicted. So 96 would last me pretty good on top of running AI. It's not top of the line. I think I should get 256 if I wanted top of the line, but that's a lot more money. And so this is what I'm settling for right now. So let's just make sure everything here is legit and see if there are labels on the actual. And by the way, this is the same family as the one I have in there right now, the same exact family. There were better memory that I can get, but the performance increase would have literally been maybe 3%, 5% in the real world, maybe 1 to 5%. So it's like, why? Why do I want to risk compatibility and everything else just to get an extra 1 to 5%? And that's if maybe, So hold on, I'm going to ground myself first just in case. That's the responsible thing to do. Just touching some metal on the ground here. Okay. That'd be the worst thing, right? Get new great computer hardware and fry it on your first touch. All right. Usually for stuff like this, it doesn't matter. But when you're building a PC and stuff, you better ground yourself or have a static guard strap or something like that. Okay. Just want to be careful I don't drop this because I don't know how tight this is. Some of them are really tight when they come out of the package and some of them are not. And this is fairly loose. It's not so tight. All right. So these have nice little LED lights. I'll show you later after I install them. They have beautiful LED lights, RGB lights that are looking really nice. And these I got in white. The current ones have in black. So I deliberately did that because first of all, I feel like white gives, a little more contrast to what I have so I know which one is which. And second of all, I'm hoping that white keeps it a little bit cooler. I'm not sure how relevant that is inside a PC where there's no light really shining on it. But all I know is that white color on the memory cannot be worse than black, right? That's almost impossible. And these are, higher capacity memory. So I just wanted to make sure that, I do whatever I can. So honestly, in this part, white only has benefits. It's a win-win situation. Okay. So let's see here. Okay. ddr5, 64 gigabyte. Yep. All right. So all the specs look right. So I don't know how often memory is given wrong, but obviously any kind of hardware like this, you want to check before putting it into your computer because it's going to be kind of a pain in the butt to, put it all in your computer and do all that kind of stuff and find out it's the wrong memory, And the timings on this were pretty good too. I think the timings on this were actually a little better than the one I have in there. So I picked that because otherwise it's all the same. So I figured why not, because I think the price is only a $10 difference. So, I wasn't going to skimp on that. All right. So first I'll show you the PC specs and then I'm going to go, that's before the installation, which means I'll show you I have the 32 gigabytes right here. All right. And then I'm going to put these in and then I'll show you the screenshot again after the fact, which should show 96 megabytes. Okay. So we'll be right back. Okay, so we're at the computer now. And so as you can see here, I just got the tube memory that's 16 by 16, so 32 total right now. Okay. I'm a little concerned because the next slot, there are two above it. So therefore, this one's going to come really close to the fan. So I am really, really hoping that it doesn't get stymied by the fan. Okay. I could put the fan on the other side, but then the air would be pulling through the CPU fan and not pushing through it. And I mean, honestly, I'm not sure if that's going to make like a 50% difference. I should do a little research and see and get the actual physics on that. I assume it'll probably do 10% less, maybe 5% less, but it's not going to be so significant. But with this whole AI project and other stuff I do, I would really love to overclock a little bit. And so the temperature is going to get higher. I do have a fan from here blowing into it, but there's no way this fan's blowing right into that, right? I mean, it's going to disperse all over the place. This one is literally blowing like 90% of the air right through the metal here, okay? The heat sink here. And then that blows out to the exhaust over here. So we got a nice little airflow going on right now. So we're just gonna, go ahead and see. I'm gonna shut this down now. And so I'm just gonna try to put, the memory I just showed you, right? These just in there and in there. So we're gonna see how that's gonna go. Yeah, I'm a little nervous about this. The only thing I'm nervous about, it'd be funny if these logos match up to go into the correct way so I can see the slots. I'm pretty sure this way. The sharp ends are up. So again, it's the same family, so I assume it should go in the same way. So I'm going to put in the middle one first. Now, if this doesn't fit, yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I'm not sure if I just want to put these in and take those out and just use it, or if I'm going to go ahead and try to, I'm going to have to do a little research on the fan basically. But hopefully it goes in both, so I can show you at least what's going on here. So let's get a little zoom in on here, okay, and see. Can we move this over? No, not really. Okay, that should be good enough. All right, so there goes nothing. This one's, most definitely going to fit. I'm going to make sure these pins are out. Yeah, they're little releases here. Got to make sure they're open, obviously. Now, some of these, depending on the motherboard, when you have it open, they still kind of have some resistance, so they lock. These seem to be, when they're open, very loose. So I was wondering why I left them closed if they don't have memory in, but that's probably why. Because they're very loose here. I don't know if you can see that, but I can wiggle them back and forth, which means that if I move the case around, that thing's going to jiggle back and forth. And it's not going to hurt anything, but when you build a new computer and you want to do it correctly, you don't want to have parts like jiggling around when you're moving it. That just doesn't sound good and it sounds unprofessional. All right, so this one should snap right in, hopefully. There we go. Boom. Okay, and then you have to still make sure it's nice. See? Just because you're pressing it and it clicks does not mean it's all the way in, right? So you have to make sure that you actually have to press the sides back in. See? Snap it in. Okay, now I think there's enough room. I give it a 90% chance it's going to fit. These are pretty good components. So for these guys to make all these components to fit and not fit in a memory in there, that'd be a really poor design, And also, it should be slightly below the fan, so it should not stymie the airflow. So I am praying this is just going to fit, please. Please. Oh, wait, did I open it? Yeah, I did, right? Okay, yeah, I did. All right. Hey, this is not going to be one of those videos. You guys seen those videos where these guys keep doing this for like 5 minutes? No, it's not going to be this. All right, here we go. All right, come on. I hate those videos. And in the end, they don't even show you anything. It's such a waste of time. Why does it not feel like it's going in? It's a little weird. It's open. It's open. Doesn't feel like it's going snugly in there. It's a little weird. I don't like this. I'm not liking this. Yeah, I think it's... oh, that one went in. I think I just have to, let's see here. I'm pretty sure the right side is going in, but it's a little weird. It doesn't feel right. Let me just get a flashlight here and check out the space again before I try to shove this in unnaturally. That's still open. Let's see here. I'm looking at it. It seems like there should be enough space, so I don't know why it's acting a little weird when I put it in there. I just want to make sure that I don't damage the pins or something trying to shove it in the wrong place, you know? So let's see if I can just keep the flashlight on. I can't really see anything because the whole thing is blocking it. But over here, oh, that does fit. So why is this one feeling so weird? Oh, I just have to go for it. There we go. Wow. There's actually still about 5 millimeters to spare. Oh, see, this is what you do. This is what you get for getting quality components, guys. Okay, don't skimp on components. You're going to spend money building a computer. Okay, go ahead and make sure that you do your research and spend that extra $50 or the extra $30 per component and get it all right. So I was worrying for nothing over here. All right, let's turn it back on and hopefully nothing blows. This is another nervous part right here. You turn it back on and, you know, if you hear some kind of like, you know, sound except the fans whirling, you're in big trouble. All right, so I'm just trying to review here, everything done right. Oh, by the way, sometimes I do unplug the computer, but it actually helps ground it, so it's not really a big deal. I've done this many times. So I know some people might want to unplug it just to be totally safe. But in this case, you know, I've never had an issue doing this. You know, well, we'll see right now what happens. Okay. No sound. All the lights are on now. So far, so good. So, yeah, it's still whisper quiet. And by the way, these are all intelligent fans. So meaning that if the CPU is not being overclocked and it's not doing anything, you know, overly productive, it's not going to increase the fan speed, so it's going to stay pretty quiet. Now, what I don't like is the monitor not coming on, which is a little weird. Because again, this is the same family of memory, so there should be no problem. Oh, I saw another light flicker on there. You know what it might be? It might be the BIOS recognizing the memory, the new memory. It might have just taken an extra second there because some hardware has changed. I did see a flicker on my screen, but it's not totally on yet. So this is when it's a little nerve-wracking, right? Because if you change anything and, oh, okay. CPU memory change, here we go on the screen. Please enter setup to configure your system. Okay, F1 to run setup, F2 to load default values. Okay, I think F2 should be fine here because it's adding new memory. Oh, actually it restarted without even my pressing it. So I think it's starting. Yeah, adding new memory should not require you to edit the BIOS unless, again, it's incompatible or you have to do something special to get it recognized. So when it's just a regular memory, okay, now I see my motherboard, the MSI coming up. I think it was MSI, my motherboard. It should be. I know my graphic card is, but yeah, that's a good sign there. Oh, there we go. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to log in here and I will bring the screen up and I will show you guys a screenshot here. All right, so that'll be in a little bit. Let me just get it up on here and I'll be showing in the screen on the video right now, so you'll be able to see it. Okay, and I will be giving you a screenshot of this, and it says install memory. You see right here, 96 gigabytes. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to do some testing and benchmark, and hopefully it works out. But so far, so good. So this is going to be great. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching, and see you next time.